Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the National Auto Racing Club School of Sim Racing 410 Winged Sprint Cars All-Star Race, night number 1 here of the new season. We are live at Volusia. They are wrapping up their practice session. Not many cars actually getting out on track for their practice session so far. There's still 4 minutes left to go. We were kind of waiting, biding our time for their practice session, but nobody has gone out there and actually really ran any laps. Only one car has completed a lap. That is Jeremy Rawlings in the 37. He ran a 12.990. We're going to get us going with our live coverage here for night number 1. A lot of familiar names here in the server. Over 40 cars set to do battle here in this All-Star Series. They have to have an iRacing rating over 2,000 to be eligible to run in this series here tonight. So while we get ready to go, we're going to send it down trackside for our pre-race ceremonies. When we come back, we'll hopefully have some qualifying and then our heat races. We'll be back in just a minute.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Things got hot and heavy while we were going through our pre-race invocation and national anthem. That's because a few cars have come out on track, and it's been Hayden Cardwell that has jumped out to the quick time so far here in practice with a 12.764. I'm taking an overview of the track here as they wrap up the final minute of the practice session. Nobody came out onto the track till about 3.5 minutes left to go in the practice session. And then all chaos broke loose. Everybody out here on track running a practice lap. We currently have 41 cars that have ran a lap around in practice. It's Hayden Cardwell, Richie Preston, Kendall Tucker, Gregory Lammy, and Rusty Kruger, the top five. 5 very familiar names if you're a follower of the Dirt Racing Network or the Dirt Slingers Racing League. Very familiar with who those 5 are. I'm going to go to a qualifying session here. Michael Sheridan getting ready to come out on the racetrack and run his quick time. This is an all-star event, which we talked about in the open. You have to have an iRacing rating of 2,000 or better. So you'll see a lot of big-time names here in the circuit. There's Sheridan running his lap. Comes in at a 13.168. Puts him third quickest, respectively, right now. Richie Preston sits atop the board at 13.07. Tyler Shell just jumped up there. He's now quickest at 13.039. Times clicking in here. Mason Hannigan coming in the second, finishing his qualifying lap at a 13.042. So these guys get their qualifying laps in pretty quickly. Let's see. There's been 37 to take a lap so far. Jake Sonatag taking his lap right now. Finishing it up in the 3S there. He'll come around 13.630 his lap, 37th fastest. Brent Wheeler jumps up to the top of the board, 13.031 with a minute left to go. And I think pretty much everybody has taken their lap. Kendall Tucker's out on the racetrack. I don't know if he's taken his lap yet. He might have just completed it. Let's see what it might be. Jumps up to 31st on the board with a 13.320. It's going to shut it down after that one. Aiden Cardwell, David Wilson, and Dustin Griffiths, the only ones not to run a lap. I don't know if they're going to come out and run one or not. We'll see. Here comes Hayden Cardwell. He's going to try to come on track. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to do so. Looks like he's going to turn around and go right. Oh, he's going to do a burnout. All right. We'll get off of that. Kendall Tucker, quickest. He jumped to the top of the board there at the end, 12.961. Cletus, thanks for checking in. Getting some racing in here real late. That's going to wrap up the quick time. That's going to go to Kendall Tucker taking the win. We're going to get ready. Here we go for heat race number 1 tonight. Just getting ready to grid out on the racetrack. Take you to the lineup cam as they get ready to grid in. We'll get you the grid here. Get you a better camera because I don't like that one. All right, starting on the front row for heat race number 1 for Swindell Speed Labs. From Mount Airy, North Carolina, will be the 00 of Kendall Tucker. To his outside for Elbow Up Sim Sports, Jessup Logistics. From West Middlesex, Pennsylvania, the 43 of Richie Preston. Row number 2 on the inside for Fast 4 Media, JST Swindell Speed Labs Esports from Loomis, California. That'll be the 10 of Rusty Kruger. To the outside for Brent Marks Sim Racing Team, BAPS Auto Supply Wicked Cushion. And from Farmington, Minnesota, that'll be the 15 of Michael Sheridan. On the inside of row number 3, starting 5th, will be the 5 of Daniel Kelly. To the outside will be the 6th of, starting 6th, the 30 of Philip Krosic. And in row number 4, starting in the 47 machine in the 7th position, the 47 of Wade Fields. And to his outside, the 46 of Timothy Smith. Row number 9 will be the 65 of Ryan Fruget. And to his outside, the 17 of David Wilson. That'll round it out. 10 cars getting ready to do battle. Looks like we're scheduled to have 5 heat races, 3 consolation races, and then our feature. Getting ready to go green flag racing. Kendall Tucker, Richie Preston going to bring us to the green flag. Rusty Kruger, Michael Sheridan. The front 2 rows, very familiar to the Dirt Racing Network. I was talking to Roger pre-race about this. He was looking through the list as well. A lot of people in here that have either raced with the Dirt on the Dirt Racing Network in the Dirt Slingers Racing League, or are continuing to race with them at the current moment. So you'll hear a lot of names if you've been following the Dirt Racing Network that you are familiar with here tonight. We come around this time. We are at Volusia, by the way, here for the opening weekend. Pace truck away. Here we go. They're going to come into your living room here into turn 1 and 2. High-speed action. Kendall Tucker jumps out to the point. Rusty Kruger in the second position. Then it's Michael Sheridan, Richie Preston, Timothy Smith, Philip Krosich, David Wilson, David Kelly, Ryan Fouget, and Wade Fields. The order, your race leader. Up there, Kendall Tucker in that 0. He was quickest in the quick time qualifying. Well, he's trying to follow that up with a heat race win. Coming around to complete lap number 3 already. That 0 machine looks mighty fast. Let's look at Rusty Kruger. He's in a battle with Michael Sheridan and Richie Preston. Preston driving the 25 machine here tonight. It says 43 in the program. Running the 25 machine. Sheridan looking to the inside now of Kruger, and Kruger going to get around Sheridan for the second spot. There is Preston in the battle as well. 3-car battle right here. Let's go with them around the track and watch this one develop. Looks like they've shook off Richie Preston for the time being. It's a 2-car battle now. Kruger and Sheridan with 4 to go. Sheridan going to dive to the inside now. Even on the back stretch, Sheridan into 3 and 4. Can he slide up in front of Kruger? And he will. Timothy Smith is joined there just in the back in the 5th spot. Here goes Rusty Kruger to the inside now, trying to make a move on Michael Sheridan. Going to try to make the same move Sheridan just made. Oh, somehow kept that car off of Michael Sheridan. 2 laps left to go. Good battle here for 2nd and 3rd. Looks like Sheridan's pulled away with 1 lap left to go. We'll watch them as they come around. Coming to take heat race number 1. Kendall Tucker will take the race win. Michael Sheridan will come across in 2nd. Rusty Kruger in 3rd. Richie Preston 4th. Timothy Smith in 5th. I believe they'll probably be taking the top 3. So that would be Kruger, Sheridan, and Tucker there in heat race number 1. We'll get set with heat race number 2 girding out on the racetrack. As they come onto the screen, we'll get the cars ready to go. Starting on the front row of heat race number 2 on the inside will be the 56 of Brent Wheeler. To his outside, the 31 of Colton Davis. Row number 2 on the inside, the 51 of Robert Boggs. To the outside for SSR Elite from Indianapolis, Indiana, the 75 of Michael Berthay. Row number 3 on the inside, the 21 of Bruce Klingen. To his outside, the 24 of Kyle Swatter. Row number 4 on the inside, the 41 of Patari Katovara. And to the outside, the 37 of Jeremy Rawlings. And we're rounding it out on the back row, the 25 of John Petit. That'll grid out here for heat race number 2. Sorry if I mispronounce anybody's names. Feel free to either put it in the group chat or send it to the Dirt Racing Network Facebook page to let us know how to pronounce those phonetically so we can get them right for you. And that way, when we go forward, we can have everybody's names pronounced the correct way. Brent Wheeler and Colton Davis going to lead us to the green flag this time here in heat race number 2. Going back to the track cam as we start heat race number 2. Clean through 1 and 2. Go back to our stands cam. Brent Wheeler with the early race lead over Colton Davis and Michael Berthay. Let's go back here and look. I actually believe they're going to be taking the top 4. That 5 heat races of 4 cars would give us 20. And then if they take 4 out of the B main, that would give us a field of 24. So it would be Brent Wheeler, Colton Davis, Michael Birthday, and Bruce Klingen getting that final spot. Extreme Dirt Racing, thank you for checking in. You've been checking in with the last couple races. We appreciate you always checking in. Yes, they are absolutely flying around Volusia here tonight. Heat race 1 was pretty quick. Heat race number 2 just as fast. These are the 410 winged sprint cars making their way around Volusia. And if you joined us late, this is a all-star feature event. This will be the National Auto Racing Club School of Sim Racing 410 All-Star Series. Excited to bring you this one. A lot of good names here in the series. Brent Wheeler, currently your heat race leader here in heat race number 2. Colton Davis in second. Michael Birthday in third. Bruce Klingen in fourth. Kyle Swatter in fifth. John Piet in sixth. Robert Boggs in seventh. Vittori Katovara in eighth, and Jeremy Rawlings in ninth. Brent Wheeler coming around already to complete lap number 8 of 10. These are 10-lap heat races. 2 to go now for your race leader. He is out by almost a full second over Colton Davis in the 27 machine. White flag in the air. Here comes Brent Wheeler through 3 and 4, and he will take the heat race win. Colton Davis, Michael Birthday, and Bruce Klingen going to advance with them to the A main. Yes, Cletus and Extreme Dirt Racing, I agree with both of you. They are really flying tonight. It does seem really fast, and it's going to continue. I agree. Wheeler looked fast in his heat race, but Kendall Tucker in heat race number 1 looked mighty fast as well. We'll get ready for heat race number 3, getting ready to grid out on the racetrack. We'll see if there's anyone that'll compete with the front 2 in the first 2 heat races. Starting on the front row, on the inside for Elbows Up SimSport, Fairway Mortgage, BS Air, Catch Fence Apparel. From Millersburg, Pennsylvania, the 85 of Tyler Schell. To the outside for Elbows Up SimSport, Over the Wall Photography. From Hanford, California, the 21 of Shea Paulo. Row number 2 on the inside will be the 91 of Ernie Williams. To the outside, the 55 of Zach Miller. Row number 3 on the inside, Landon Cardoza. To the outside for Green to Checkers Racing, Ed Brown Trucking FRC. From Tulare, California, the 49 of Jeffrey Herrick. On the inside of row number 4 will be the 1 of Bob Cross. To the outside in the 58 will be Cale Highbuilt. And rounding it out in the back, the 98 of Todd Hutton. Going to get ready to go. Like we said, a lot of familiar names here to the Dirt Racing Network on the show. Tyler Schell, Shea Paulo, Ernie Williams, some of our Dirt Slingers Racing League members. Ten laps, another 4 cars directly to the A main. Heat race number 3 of 5. And then it looks like we're on tap for 3 consolation races. Kendall Tucker took the Quick Time Award, won heat race 1, and Brent Wheeler won heat race number 2. We're getting ready to go with heat race number 3. Who's going to take it? We're about to find out. Here they come into your living room once again through turns 1 and 2 at Volusia. Heat race number 3 is underway. Tyler Schell out front. It's Shea Paulo in second, Landon Cardoza in third. Oh, contact with Ernie Williams. There goes Cardoza around. He's going to spin multiple times. That's really our first wreck here since the start. We'll see if that brings out a caution or not. Here comes Tyler Schell. Looks like Cardoza got out of there. So he's going to be done here for the heat race. Tyler Schell going to come around. To put it into perspective, that lap right there for Tyler Schell was a 13.662. They are flying around this track. They were just breaking in to the 13-second mark in qualifying, so they've dropped 0.3 of a second in 3 heat races. Shea Paulo in second. He's already almost a full second back, over 0.8 of a second behind Tyler Schell. Jeffrey Herrick in the 3rd position now. Bob Cross in 4th. Cale Highbuilt in 5th. Todd Hutton in 6th. Ernie Williams fell back to 7th. He's on pit road. So is Zach Miller, and so is Landon Cardoza. So those 3 all getting tangled up. They'll go to the consolation races. So that means there are 6 cars left on the racetrack. Only 4 will transfer directly to the A main. So 2 cars on the outside looking in right now. Coming to 3 laps to go. Here comes your race leader, Tyler Schell. That was a lap a little bit slower, 13.728. Let's look at Shea Paulo. He's running all alone up here. He's got over a 2-second lead over Jeffrey Herrick in 3rd. Herrick another second and a quarter over Bob Cross in 4th. So they're pretty well spaced out here. 1 through 4, working on 2 laps left to go. We'll take a look back at your race leader. White flag in the air. We'll follow him around one more time. Tyler Schell will come around and take heat race number 3. Shea Paulo, Jeffrey Herrick, Bob Cross, all going to go with him. We'll follow your 4th place transfer car of Bob Cross across the line. All right, that's going to bring up our 4th heat race of the night. Getting ready to grid out on the racetrack. And we will get set to show that grid for you here in just a second. Starting on the front row of heat race number 4 for Black Diamond Motorsports, Tim Simstiles of BMRS from Pittsboro, Indiana. That is the 2 of Mason Hannigan. To the outside, the 40 of Ross Kaiser. Row number 2 on the inside, the 114 of J.D. Brown. To the outside, the 35 of Tommy Brandon. Row number 3 on the inside, the 33 of Ryan Snyder. To the outside, the 39 of Rico Robles. Row number 4 on the inside, starting 7th, the 64 of Timothy Alton. To the outside, the 3 of Jake Sonatag. And rounding it out in the back, starting 9th in the 6 machine, that is Hayden Cardwell. Getting ready to go for heat race number 4 of 5, gridding out on the racetrack. Hannigan going to be running that 1 car instead of the 2 on the program. Looks like J.D. Brown will be running the 14 car. Kaiser is going to be in the 92. Apologies for the number confusions. I'll call them out as I see them. iRacing sometimes changes it up in the program than to what's actually on the racetrack. Looks like Timothy Brandon will be running the 35 cars. Scott, thanks for checking in. They do look fast, and they are running pretty quick times, but it could be just the camera angle as well. That is our stands camera, so getting a view of what it would be like watching them in person. Just 2 more heat races left to go here tonight. Late night here for the Dirt Racing Network. This is show number 8 of the week. Green flag in the air. We are racing. Jump to that track camera. Watch them all come through into your living room through 1 and 2. Jump back out and take a look as we watch the battle. Mason Hannigan out front. J.D. Brown jumping up to the 2nd spot, battling Ross Kaiser for that 2nd position. Let's take a look back here at Brown and Kaiser doing battle. Kaiser now in the 3rd spot. Tommy Brandon in the 4th spot, holding on to that final transfer position. Then it's Rico Robles, Hayden Cardwell, Jake Sonntag, Timothy Allen, and Ryan Snyder. Snyder just got around Allen for the 8th spot. They're doing battle. Let's go back here and look. Here they are. Allen in the 64, Sonntag in the 33. Go back up to the front, completing lap number 4. Mason Hannigan still out front in that one machine. Working that top side, might have tapped the wall there in the middle of turn 3 and 4. He is running right up against the wall on that outside line. He's a little bit slower than what Tyler Schell was running. Put it into perspective, Schell was running a 13.6. Right now, Hannigan, quickest in this race, 13.9. He just ran a 14.1. So the track conditions definitely can change as we go on along the night, but Tyler Schell looked mighty fast as well. J.D. Brown still holding on to the 2nd spot over Ross Kaiser for the 3rd spot. They're closing in on a battle, coming to 2 to go this time. Hayden Cardwell has drove his way up through the field in that 22 machine. He's got around the 35 of Tommy Brandon and is making his way up. He's now got a transfer position. White flag in the air this time for your front 4. Sonntag in 6th, Snyder 7th, Allen 8th, Robles back to 9th. We'll take an eye on your race leader. Here it comes, trying to lead it flag to flag. Coming out of turn 4 this time. Here comes the one machine of Mason Hannigan. He'll take the heat race win. J.D. Brown, Kaiser, and Cardwell going to go with him to the A main. That'll set up our final heat race of the night. We get ready to grid out here on the racetrack. All right. Heat race number 5 here for night number 1 for starting on the pole for Black Diamond Motorsports UDTV 19 Designs and Tim Sims from Sellersburg, Indiana. That's the 36 of Nathan Davis. To his outside will be the 81 machine of Jackson McLean. Row number 2 on the inside for Team SSR Elite School of Sim Racing from Birdsboro, Pennsylvania, the 99 of Gregory Lammy. To his outside, the 513 of Bryce Barris. Row number 3 on the inside, the 16 of Jamie McCarron. The outside, the 11 of Zach Janes. Row number 4, the 19 of Waylon Wilson, and the 45 of Gage Stevens. And rounding it out in the back for Elbows Up Sim Sport Catch Fence Apparel from Bloomington, Indiana, the 9 of Dustin Griffiths. Getting ready to go. 9 more cars, 10 more laps to decide the 4 cars that will transfer out of this heat race to the feature. Making sure. Looks like Jamie McCarron's going to be in the 2 machine. I'll try to remember these as we go. First night in the series. Got to see what number each guy is running. So 513, Bryce Barris. That is going to be his actual number. Looks like the 19 of Walter Wilson will be the actual 19 machine. Gage Stevens looks like he's going to be running the 7 possibly, or the 5. Oh, Gage Stevens. Yeah, Gage Stevens, regular to the Dirt Racing Network. I think I actually covered him the other night on Sunday night, possibly. All right, green flag in the air. Here we go. I come into your living room one more time here for the heat races tonight through 1 and 2. Green flag in the air. We'll go back and take a look. Oh, massive pile up. That's got to bring out a caution, right? Or are we going to stay green through the heat races? Massive pile up there in the back. Carnage all over the place. Half the field was taken out in that pile up. So Nathan Davis, Gregory Lammy, Jamie McCarron, Zach Janes all able to scoot away. Gregory Lammy just took the race lead here, coming on a complete lap number 2. Let's see who's still running. Nathan Davis in second. Jeremy McCarron, Zach Janes battling for third and fourth. Jackson McLean, Waylon Wilson, and Dustin Griffiths all off the racetrack, 3 laps down now. They got the worst end of that damage. They'll have to go through the LCQs. Looking at the 2 machine of Jamie McCarron. Halfway through heat race number 5, Gregory Lamy out front by 0.6 of a second over Nathan Davis in the 36. Look back here at the 3rd and 4th place battle. Jamie McCarron and Zach Janes. Really the only battle on the racetrack at the moment. Janes looking to try to get underneath McCarron for that 3rd spot. Gage Stevens starting to run down Janes here. Coming to 2 to go next time. Oh, got really loose out of 2. He was closing the gap. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold on to it. And you have to wonder, that 5 car received quite a bit of damage there in that pileup in the first lap. That's why he's barely holding on to that thing. Zach Janes, Jamie McCarron. White flag in the air for your race leader. Gregory Lamy out by 1.5 seconds on the rest of the field. Put it into perspective, he's running a 14-1, so times might be slowing down just a little bit. Here he comes out of turn 4, and Lamy is going to take the heat race win. Nathan Davis going to come across. McCarron and Janes going to advance. Stevens, Barris, McLean, Wilson, and Griffiths all going to head in to the LCQs. Tim Nichols, thanks for joining us. Better late than never. Got through our heat action. We'll give you a little recap. Kendall Tucker was your quick time winner. Kendall Tucker also won heat race number 1. Brent Wheeler took 2. Tyler Shell took heat race 3. Mason Hannigan took heat race number 4. And Greg Lamy just took heat race number 5. We're getting ready for our D main. It's going to be gridded out on the racetrack right now. We'll get you a better camera view just so you can see who's going to be in there. But starting on the front row in the 5 machine, that'll be Daniel Kelly. To the outside, the 51 of Robert Boggs. Row number 2, the 55 of Zach Miller, and the 64 of Timothy Alton. Row number 3, the 9 of Dustin Griffiths, and the 47 of Wade Fields. Row number 4, the 37 of Jeremy Rawlings, and the 14 of Landon Cardoza. Row number 5 on the inside, the 39 of Rico Robles, and the 81 of Jackson McLean. Now rounding it out in the back, the 65 of Ryan Fugere. Getting ready to go. This looks like it'll be 8 laps, so the consolation is going to be shorter than the features, or the heat races, my bad. Heat races were 10 laps. Looks like consolation will be 8 here for the D main. We might go 8, 10, 12. Should take 4 to the back of the C main, 4 to the back of the B main, and then 4 to the A main. That would give us a field of 24 cars. Good racing, a lot of quality drivers here. Remember, this is an all-star series. Have to have an iRacing level of 2,000 or better. So it's going to provide a lot of action throughout the season. All right, getting ready to go. Green flag in the air. Don't know what that was on the screen. We'll get that off. Green flag in the air. They've stayed green through all the heat races. No cautions. But we are back green flag racing. Jump back up here to our stands view. Show you what's going on right now. Daniel Kelly in the race lead. Landon Cardoza in second. Dustin Griffiths rebounding from a crash there in the heat race. Up to the 3rd spot. Rico Robles in 4th. He's got the last spot right now in that 3 machine. Ryan Fugere looking for the spot, though. Lap 3 in the books, working on 4 of 8. Here comes Fugere on the bottom in that 65 machine. Getting around Rico Robles. So Fugere into the 4th and final transfer spot. Now he's looking to the inside of Landon Cardoza. Go back up here to the front. Dustin Griffiths has drove through the field up to the front. He's your new race leader with 3 to go. He got around Cardoza and Kelly. Kelly starting to fall through the field a little bit. Fugere starting to look to the inside of the 5 machine. Cardoza up to the 2nd spot. Here comes Fugere into turns 3 and 4. They are ripping around this racetrack tonight. Fugere up to the 3rd spot. Kelly started on the pole, and now he's looking to be eliminated because here comes the 3 of Rico Robles for that 3rd spot. Can he get it? White flag will be in the air this time around. Dustin Griffiths just holding on to a narrow lead over Landon Cardoza by 0.2 of a second. Cardoza looks to the inside. That time in 1 and 2 can't make it work. We'll watch it as they come into 3 and 4 this time. Looks like Dustin Griffiths able to pull away in 3 and 4. He'll take the race win. Let's go back and look. Fugere and Kelly going to get the final. No, Rico Robles got around him. Robles will advance in that 4th spot. Kelly, Miller, Boggs, Rawlings, Alton, and a couple more. Their night are going to be done. It advanced on me there before I could see the rest of them. So we'll get set with our C main. This one's going to be 10 laps, so we'll go 10 and then 12 for the B main. Starting on the front row of the C main will be John Piet, and to his outside, Cale Highbelt. Row number 2 on the inside will be the 3 of Jake Sonatag and the 13 of Bryce Barris. Row number 4 on the inside will be the 30 of Philip Krasic, and to the outside, Vittori Cartovera. Row number 4 on the inside, the 91 of Ernie Williams. To the outside, the 33 of Ryan Snyder. Row number 5, the 19 of Waylon Wilson, and your D-main winner, the 9 of Dustin Griffiths. Row number 6, the 14 of Landon Cardoza, and the 65 of Ryan Fugere. And rounding it out, the 3 of Rico Robles. We get ready to go for 10 laps here in this C main. If you are watching, don't be afraid to comment, like Tim Nichols and Scott and Extreme Dirt Racing and a few others that have commented here in the chat. We can see it. We'll give you a shout out. Tell us where you're watching and who you're rooting for. We'll give you a shout out here on the Dirt Racing Network. Thanks to everyone tuning in here late at night. I know it is a late one here for this All-Star Series. Excited to bring it to you, everyone watching here on Tuesday nights, though. It's going to be a fun one. Closing in on the start of the C main. 4 more to the back of the B main. Here we go. Getting a little sideways off the start. Looks like Krasic might have got a bump there. He's going to get sent to the back. Out front early is John Piet in the lead, holding onto it. Track getting a little slippery. These cars having some trouble. Jake Sonatag driving up. Here he comes. He's going to get a run down the backstretch. Ernie Williams going to go with him. They're going to go around Piet. Working on completing lap number 2. Piet having some trouble after taking the lead. Had to get his car regrouped back underneath him. Topside might be the place to be now because here goes Cardoza to the top side. He's going to try to go around him. Cale Highbelt coming in there as well. He's looking for a spot. Ernie Williams to the lead. He just made the move around Sonatag. Now they're 3 wide back here for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Sonatag, Cardoza, and Piet all battling it out. Don't count out Highbelt as well. He's joined the battle. He taps that inside wall there in 1 and 2. We're almost halfway through our C main already. Time is flying by here at Volusia. Ernie Williams out front by half a second over Landon Cardoza. Sonatag still in that 3rd spot. Highbelt up to the 4th spot now. He got around. Oh, Piet must have had some trouble. He must have got into the wall because he's back to 10th. Dustin Griffiths now in the 5th spot. He's drove up through the field. In that 9 car, here he comes, taking a run at high belt with coming to 3 to go. Front 3 staying the same. Oh, Cardoza must be there, though. They're battling. We're going to jump up here and watch. Cardoza has caught Ernie Williams. Battle for the race lead. We'll jump back and forth. Dustin Griffiths just got around high belt. They're doing battle, so we'll jump back and forth between the front 2 and this battle for the final transfer position. We'll jump back up front now. Ernie Williams, Landon Cardoza battling it out for the race lead as they go into 3 and 4. Dustin Griffiths has got around Jake Sonatag for the 3rd spot now. So good battles all around the racetrack now. Sonatag and Griffiths battling for the 3rd and 4th spot. That would put Sonatag in that final transfer position. Coming to the flag, Ernie Williams going to take the race win. Landon Cardoza, Dustin Griffiths, and Sonatag all going to go to the B main. High belt, Barris, Wilson, Cadovera, Fruget, Piat, Robles, and the rest. Their night is going to be done. Sorry if I butchered a couple of those names there. Got a few checking in. Zach rooting on Rico Robles and Vanderpool Racing. Derek rooting on Tommy Gregg and Shea Paulo. Jeffrey Herrick rooting on, I'm excited for the A main. It's shaping up to be a good one. And Tim Nichols rooting on Ernie Williams. Well, Tim, going to be excited because he's in the B main. Just got to drive himself up now, and he can be in the feature. We're going to get ready for the B main. Going to take 4 more to the feature. Let's get them set here on the racetrack. Starting on the pole will be the 25 of Richie Preston to the outside, the 21 of Bruce Klingen. Row number 2, Bob Cross in the 1, and Hayden Cardwell on the outside. Hayden Cardwell in the 22, looks like Bob Cross in the 05. Row number 3, the 11 of Zach Janes and the 46 of Timothy Smith. Row 7, the 24 of Kyle Swatter and the 98 of Todd Hutton. Row number 35, Tommy Brandon and the 5 of Gage Stevens. Row number 12, the 17 of David Wilson and the 91 of Ernie Williams. Row number 14, row number 7, starting 13th, will be the 14 of Landon Cardoza and the 9 of Dustin Griffiths. And rounding it out in the back, the 3 of Jake Sonatag. Get ready to go with our B main, 12 laps. Jeffrey Herrick, thank you for checking in. Yes, you are in the feature. You're going to have 4 more combatants coming here in just 12 short laps to fill out that field. Jeffrey Herrick will be in there along with the likes of Kendall Tucker, Blake Wheeler, Tyler Schell, Mason Hannigan, Greg Lammy, and, about 14 others. Make that 18 after this B main. Just approaching the 11 o'clock hour. B main set to go. Here we go. 11 o'clock on the East Coast. 8 o'clock on the West Coast. Green flag in the air here at Volusia. Oh, things getting squirrely in the back of the pack. That's Richie Preston out front, and he's able to pull a lead already. Let's go back here and look at Zach Janes, Hayden Cardwell. Cardwell running that 22 machine. Janes in the 7. Bob Cross in that 3rd spot for the time being. Ernie Williams having to try to control his 91 machine back there. Here comes the 24 of Swatter. He might have had some trouble there coming out of the corner. There's the 50 of Timothy Smith. 3 wide there through 4. This is for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Here comes Ernie Williams, Tim Nichols. He's coming. That 91 machine is on a rail right now. He's up to the 5th spot, 1 spot away from being into the feature. Can he get it? He's going to have to get around Timothy Smith in the 50 machine. 3 laps down, 9 to go. 4 down now, 8 to go. Oh, there's a car up in the wall. Not sure who that is. Hayden Cardwell is now the race leader in the 22. Zach Janes in 2nd. Ernie Williams battling for the 3rd and 4th spot. So who was that? Richie Preston in the wall. That was Richie Preston in the catch fence. on the inside. Not a good call there for Richie Preston. He's having some trouble now. Ernie Williams having some trouble. Zach Janes are able to get around him. Things ramping up here in the C main. It's been high-paced intensity since the drop of the initial green flag in heat race number 1. We've had people commenting on how fast it appears they are going around the racetrack. It's dropped off just a little bit since we started. We had cars running in about the 13.5 range. Hayden Cardwell's best right now is a 14.5. But we're battling right now for that final transfer spot. For the 3rd and 4th spot, Dustin Griffiths in the 5th spot. He's looking to try to track down Ernie Williams right now, who's battling with Zach Janes for the 3rd spot. It's still Hayden Cardwell out front by almost 3 seconds over Timothy Smith. Ernie Williams looks like he's got back around Zach Janes for the 3rd spot. Will Dustin Griffith start to challenge for the 4th spot as we come to 2 to go this time? Cardwell already across the line, working his way into 1 and 2. He's got it on cruise control, just trying to keep this car straight and on a line for the next lap and a half to lock up this B main win. Ernie Williams has pulled away from Janes. Dustin Griffiths is running him down. Can he get there? He's going to have a lap to go to decide it. Griffith's going to dive down to the inside in 1 and 2. We'll catch Hayden Cardwell as he comes out of turn 4. He's going to take the B main win. We'll go back here because Dustin Griffiths has got around Zach Janes. He'll take the final transfer position. No! Yes, timing and scoring had a little glitch there, but Griffiths, Williams, Smith, and Cardwell all going to go to the A main. That's going to add, oh, my bad, Jeffrey Herrick, thanks, 7 transfer. So there'll be a couple more as well going with them. Timing and scoring advanced before I caught that. Thank you, Jeffrey Herrick, for telling me that 7 go to the feature. So that'll make up a bigger field. Tim Nichols, you'll be excited. Ernie Williams making it there to the show. We're going to take a few minutes to thank a couple of our sponsors. When we come back, we will have our A main on the racetrack. Take your dirt sim racing to the next level by joining the best sim racing community online today. At the School of Sim Racing, you can learn to drive and set up your car like a pro with a ton of free trainings and free setups for sprint cars, late models, midgets, and more. The perfect place to get your dirt sim racing on the right track. Visit schoolofsimracing.net to learn more today. Thank you to the School of Sim Racing for sponsoring not only the Dirt Racing Network, but putting on this series here of All Stars for the National Auto Racing Club All-Star event here in night 1 at Volusia with the 410 sprint cars. Going to get the camera view switched here, and we're going to grid out the feature here. We're going to go 30 laps, and we'll run through the grid real quick. On the front row, Kendall Tucker in the 00 to the outside, the 56 of Brett Wheeler. Row 2 on the inside, 44 of Tyler Schell, and the 2 of Mason Hannigan to the outside. Starting 5th, the 99 of Gregory Lamy, and 6th, the 15 of Michael Sheridan. 7th on the inside, the 31 of Colton Davis. To the outside, the 21 of Shea Paulo. Starting 9th on the inside, the 14 of J.D. Brown. Starting 10th on the outside, the 36 of Nathan Davis. Row number 6, starting 11th, the 10 of Rusty Kruger. To the outside, 12th, the 75 of Michael Berthay. 13th, starting on the inside of row number 7, the 49 of Jeffrey Herrick, and to the outside, the 40 of Ross Kaiser. Row number 8, starting on the inside, the 16 of Jamie McCarron, and to the outside, Hayden Cardwell in the 22. Row number 9, the 46 of Timothy Smith and the 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. Row number 10, the 9 of Dustin Grivets and the 11 of Zach Janes. And rounding it out in row 11, the 24 of Kyle Swatter and Landon Cardoza in the 14. That'll get us to the green flag. And here we go with our feature event. It is action-packed, star-studded. And out front, it's Kendall Tucker. If I had to make a prediction, it's going to be Kendall Tucker and Tyler Schell doing battle because those two were flying around this racetrack in the heat races. Brent Wheeler not going to let him fall away, though. He is hanging in there as well. Almost 3 wide coming out of 4. Those 3 doing battle together. And it looks like Tyler Schell might pull the advantage. Working on lap 3 of 30. Tyler Schell, the race leader at the line. Kendall Tucker, Tyler Schell doing battle. Mason Hannigan up to the 3rd spot now. He's got it figured out around Brent Wheeler, but we have a caution on the racetrack. Let's go see who it is. Michael Berthay, possibly. He's having some trouble. Let's go see what it is in the 75 machine. He clips the outside wall, gets it turned around right into Ernie Williams. Tim Nichols, that's not going to help out your tire much when you get in an accident like that right off the bat here on lap number 3. We only had 1 caution through all of our heat races and our consolation. Kept it pretty well clean. Jason Nygaard, thank you for checking in. Regular on the Dirt Racing Network as well. Couple sponsors to thank here for this series. Of course, the School of Sim Racing and Personal Evolution Company for sponsoring this series here on the Dirt Racing Network. It's the Winged Sprints National Auto Racing Club All-Star 410/360 series. So we'll see if they change it up throughout the year. Sam Price, thanks for checking in. Appreciate the compliment. We're doing all right. Later night than normal, but we're rolling with it. Already into our feature. A lot of good racing going on. Tyler Schell, Kendall Tucker, Mason Hannigan, Brent Wheeler, Colton Davis, the top 5. Michael Sheridan, Nathan Davis, Gregory Lamy, J.D. Brown, Hayden Cardwell, the top 10. Kathy, thanks for checking in. Glad to see you back with us. Rooting on Kendall Tucker. Oh, he's got a good chance. He's running up here with Mason Hannigan, Tyler Schell, 3 big names here in our Dirt Slingers leagues. We see very often. Look at that behind him, though. Brent Wheeler, Colton Davis, Michael Sheridan. 3 wide. We're going to watch them back here for 4th, 5th, and 6th for a minute. There's Hayden Cardwell diving it in there, mixing it up as well. We're going to have action all over the racetrack, and I'll try to give it to you as I can. Oh, Sheridan just clipped the inside wall, turned up in front of the racetrack. I don't know if that's going to bring out a caution or not. Yep, there it is. We'll go take a look at it. I caught it just at the last minute. Here it is. You can see there comes Hayden Cardwell to the outside. Watch when Sheridan goes into 1 and 2 here. That left front's going to clip the inside wall. Boom, right there, straight across the racetrack, noses it into the outside wall, flips it over on the right side of the race car, and that's probably going to put an end to his night. We'll go back live. There is Michael Sheridan, still out there on the racetrack. Jump up front to race leader. Only car, well, it says Birthday is still running, but he's currently 2 laps down. Otherwise, 21 cars still on the racetrack. So they took 3 from each heat race. I was saying they might take 4. They took 3 from each heat race and then 7 from the B main. Note that for next week. Well, we were smooth sailing through all of the heat races and consolations, even though there was a few accidents that kept it green flag. Got them out of the way, kept it moving, but having a little bit of issue getting going here in the feature. We'll have 7 laps down when we come back to the green flag. Tyler Shell going to lead us to that green flag once again. Top 3 staying the same. In fact, top 5 staying the same. Hayden Cardwell's drove up to the 6th spot, though. Looks like we're going to get ready to go back green flag racing this time. Pace truck down and away. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Come back into your living room once again here tonight. Good action. Going to change up the camera view a little bit. Look at that block that Tyler Shell just threw on Kendall Tucker. That opens the door for Mason Hannigan. Here comes Hannigan to the inside. Mason Hannigan Shell threw a heck of a block on Kendall Tucker just like that last time in turn 4. Now here comes Hayden Cardwell. Where did Cardwell come from? He restarted 6th. Now he's up at the point. He's got the race lead. Here comes Tyler Shell and Kendall Tucker back under him, though, down the backstretch after that big slider by Hayden Cardwell. But Cardwell heavy on the throttle right now. He came from way in the pack up to the top 3 now. He's bumped Mason Hannigan off the podium. So it's Tyler Shell, Kendall Tucker, Hayden Cardwell, the top 3. Hannigan 4th, Brent Wheeler 5th. This is going to be a good battle. I was telling you, Kendall Tucker, Tyler Shell looked very fast in their heat races. They're going to do battle all night long up here at the front, not let each other pull away from one another. Let's see, Tucker looking to the inside of Shell. Shell's going to lead it that time as we head into turn 1 and 2. Tucker took a look to the inside, couldn't make it work, but here comes Cardwell to the outside. Got a little loose coming off, too. He's going to have to settle back into the 3rd position. Hannigan running alone here. Brent Wheeler just behind him a little bit. We'll dive back a little bit deeper. Let's look at Rusty Kruger in the 7th position. He's battling with, is that Colton Davis in the 27 machine? That battle is for 6th and 7th. Here's Gregory Lammy. Got a few cars behind him. He's in the 8th position. Nathan Davis, J.D. Brown rounding out the top 10. And then Shea Paulo in the 11th position running just behind him. We're halfway through the feature. Let's take a little look back. Let's look at Ernie Williams. He got that early race accident. He's up to the 14th position. He's slowly coming. He's battling with Jeffrey Herrick and Jamie McCarran. Let's jump back up to the front because Hayden Cardwell has got around Kendall Tucker. Cardwell, little racing action. Rubbins racing. He puts Tyler Shell into the wall. Now he gets a little squirrely in 1 and 2. They were going at it, and it would be interesting to hear what happened there between the two of them. That's going to allow Kendall Tucker back into it, and we're going to stay up front now because it might be getting a little chippy between Hayden Cardwell and Tyler Shell. We're going to watch Shell looks to the inside of Kendall Tucker. They had kept it clean the whole night. Brent Wheeler's got around Mason Hannigan. It's a 4-car battle now here for the top 4 spots. Kendall Tucker, now Hayden Cardwell. They're all 3 going to get together. Hayden Cardwell is going to get the worst end of that deal. He might have initiated the contact. He's going to fall way out. Hannigan's going to be able to get around Kendall Tucker. Tyler Shell is going to tuck into the 2nd position. Here comes Kendall Tucker back again, trying to get around Mason Hannigan. Now he's going to get into Hannigan. They're going to get into the wall. Here comes, who is it? Nathan Davis, Rusty Kruger. Rusty Kruger up to the 4th spot now. Kendall Tucker back to 5th. Wonder if tempers are starting to flare a little bit. Tyler Shell able to pull away in the 2nd position. Mason Hannigan tucks into 3rd. Rusty Kruger now finds himself on the 4th spot, looking at a podium contention. Hayden Cardwell back to 5th. Kendall Tucker in 6th. Kendall Tucker drove it way into the corner. Don't know if that was a little bit of computer lag or not, but I don't know if he tried to go after Hayden Cardwell or what it was, but he just sent it into 3 and 4, and he launches it out of the racetrack here at Volusia. and he caught that berm, went up and over in a nasty ride. And that's probably going to end his night. Gene, not a good sign there for Kendall. He was running so well, having a good battle with your race. Now your current second place driver of Tyler Shell. Hayden Cardwell got into the battle, and things got a little messy. He got into it with Tyler Shell. He got into it with Kendall Tucker, Mason Hannigan, and now things shook up a little bit. I'm going to go back and look. Brent Wheeler is now listed as your race leader. I don't know if that's correct, though. Yes, it is. Wheeler out in front with everything that went on. It kind of slipped past me here. Brent Wheeler is now your race leader. Tyler Shell in second. Mason Hannigan in third. Rusty Kruger in fourth. Hayden Cardwell in the fifth position. Nathan Davis up to sixth. Colton Davis in seventh. Shea Paulo in eighth. Gregory Lammy in ninth. And J.D. Brown in 10th. Ernie Williams to 11th. Jamie McCarron in 12th. Jeffrey Herrick 13th. Kyle Swatter 14th. Landon Cardoza 15th. Ross Kaiser 16th. Shows Timothy Smith in 17th. Michael Sheridan in 18th. They're down pit road right now, though, at the moment. Dustin Griffiths, Michael Berthay off the racetrack. Zach James, Kendall Tucker shown in 19th and 20th. Timothy Smith, Michael Sheridan back on the racetrack. They just had a little bit of connection issue. But it looks like Kendall Tucker and Zach James, their nights are going to be done. We're going to get ready to go green flag racing again. We're closing in on 7 laps left to go. Hopefully for the last time, let's take it into your living room one more time on the restart. Not a great one for Brent Wheeler. And we're going to get a good battle up here at the front. Tyler Shell's there. Kendall Tucker, Rusty Kruger, Mason Hannigan, all going to battle it out for podium contention right here. And here comes the aggressive Hayden Cardwell once again. Yeah, Gene, not quite sure what happened there at the end for Kendall Tucker. Don't know if it was a mechanical issue with the car, if it was a computer issue, or if it was frustration on his part. But he got up into that wall and sent it over, and now Hayden Cardwell might be having some issues. Let's go look. Yep, with Mason Hannigan. And then a pile up after that, and Hayden Cardwell goes for quite the ride. It's going to be interesting to see what comes out of this, but Hayden Cardwell might not be a favorite around the pit area tonight. He's got together with quite a few cars. He collected the 21 machine there as well of Shea Paulo. So we'll see what happens. It's going to shake things up again. I don't know where Mason Hannigan's going to come out in all of this. There is Hayden Cardwell coming off pit road, getting some repairs. Shea Paulo looks like he went down pit road as well. So it's Brent Wheeler, Tyler Shell, Rusty Kruger. Looks like Mason Hannigan will stay in the 4th spot. Nathan Davis in the 5th spot. Colton Davis in 6th. Gregory Laming 7th. J.D. Brown 8th. Ernie Williams in the top 10 now in 9th. And Jamie McCarron in 10th. Right now it has, let's see, it just decided to update again. Looks like Hayden Cardwell is in, I'm going to wait for it to update to show you exactly where he's at. 18th right now. So Cardwell's night, that probably ended it for him. In the 17th position, just ahead of Shea Paulo. Kendall Tucker looks like he's back on the racetrack, 1 lap down in 19th. So here we go. We're getting ready to go. Maybe this time, coming to 6 to go, we can put this track cam to use one final time. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Not another great restart there for Brent Wheeler. He's got Tyler Shell all over the back of him. Rusty Kruger in the podium position. Mason Hannigan having some trouble off the start. Nathan Davis has got around him. Let's go back here and look at that 4th position. Davis and Hannigan battling. Hannigan's car is probably pretty beat up, and it looks like he's fallen through the pack. Tyler Shell up here in the second position, seeing if he can get around Brent Wheeler. Rusty Kruger in the second spot. Can Nathan Davis make a play for the podium? Coming to 3 laps to go. We're going to watch Kruger here and Tyler Shell and see how this pans out. Davis looking to the inside of Rusty Kruger for that third spot. We'll see if they can keep it clean. Coming to 2 to go this time. Brent Wheeler out by half a second over Tyler Shell. 2 laps left to go here in night number 1. Coming to close out the night. White flag in the air for your race leader. Brent Wheeler going down the backstretch. Rusty Kruger has got around Tyler Shell. They're going to make contact. There goes Kruger. Is Nathan Davis going to be able to take advantage? Here they come to the line. Brent Wheeler is going to take the win. Shell going to come across in second. And Kruger looks like he's going to hold on for that podium position. Nathan Davis will come across in fourth. Mason Hannigan come across in fifth. Colton Davis sixth. Gregory Lamy seventh. J.D. Brown eighth. Ernie Williams in ninth, and Jamie McCarron in 10th. We're going to get these 3 up here. In the booth, see if we can get a little interview with them as they get them parked here on the front stretch. Get a picture with them if we can. Some cars still running some laps. Tyler Shell going to move down in front of the podium. See if we can get a better camera view. That's a good one if it was from the other way. Poles in the way. Gotta love those poles. That one might be our best view right there. Let's see. Ooh, if it was just to the left a little bit more, I'd really like that one. But we're going to go with this one. All right, we'll stick with that camera view, and we'll see if we can get these guys up here in the booth. Let's see. Give me just a second. Not seeing any of these guys in here. This could be a problem. Want to do some interviews, but I don't see anybody. Everybody leave already? All right. Well, we will give you the results. That way we can wait to see if some of these guys decide to come in here and join us in the booth. Final rundown of the results. Brent Wheeler going to take the race win. Tyler Shell going to come across in second. Rusty Kruger in third. Nathan Davis in fourth. Mason Hannigan will round out the top 5. Colton Davis in sixth. Gregory Lamy in seventh. J.D. Brown in eighth. Ernie Williams in ninth. Jamie McCarron in 10th. Kyle Swatter in 11th. Michael Sheridan in 12th. Landon Cardoza in 13th. Ross Kaiser in 14th. Jeffrey Herrick in 15th. Shea Paulo 16th. 17th. Timothy Smith. 18th. Hayden Cardwell. 19th. Kendall Tucker. 20th. Zachary James. 21st. Dustin Griffiths. And 22nd. Michael Berthay. Give it one more chance. See if any of these guys are still. There's Rusty Kruger. All right, let's get your third place finisher up here in the booth with us. Give me just 1 second. We can get him up here with us. Where'd he go? Rusty Kruger. Rusty Kruger up here in the booth. All right, well, we got our race winner up here in the booth with us already, so let's bring in Brett Wheeler. Oh, he just left. Well, we'll get one of them up here. Hold on. Let's try to get him up here. It's not letting me drag these guys up here. Having some technical issues. Try to get these guys up here in just a second. Bear with us. All right, there we go. We got everybody. Rusty, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Seemed like it was pretty crazy out there tonight on the racetrack. A little bit of contact. You find yourself in the third place position. What'd you see from your driver's seat?
Oh, a really fun racetrack, to tell you the truth. This is the first time we ran this league. It seems all right to start, and it had made some moves up there on the top, 3 and 4, until it got way too sketchy for my handling. So we just tried to roll middle the best we could, and got up to third from 11th. Had a little bit of a little contact with Shell, but hey, we all finished. And go to live another day.
All right, man. First, you said first time running this series, first time covering it. A lot of cool guys in here. Kind of an all-star series, fun to cover. What is it like racing with all these guys here in this series?
Yeah, it's not too bad. You kind of get used to it with Pro Series and other leagues throughout the week that we run each other. You kind of get a feel for how your competition stacks up. But it was a clean night for the most part. Had a couple unfortunate incidents there, but you'll get that every night. And that's about it.
All right. Finishing it up on the podium here in week number 1, is there anyone you want to thank before we send you on your way?
I gotta thank the boys over at Speed Lab and Slick, and they don't need no introduction. Cardwell and Edens and the rest of the guys. They put in the work to make us look good. And over also Jake Swanson's Shock Technology for the virtual CSIs and Fast Four Media.
All right, that's your third place finisher here tonight, Rusty Kruger. We'll get our second place finisher up here in the booth, Tyler Shell. Tyler, do you got a copy?
Hello.
There we go. We got you. All right, man. A little bit of contact there mid race, but able to kind of bounce back and take the second place here tonight. What did you have to redo? Did you have any damage to the car, and did that adjust? You have to adjust mid race once that happened.
Yeah, the left front was kind of it was broke a little bit when me and Hayden went into the outside wall, got into one, but not excuse, just had to try to start to find it at the end. It just started getting hanging on me too much coming off the corner and just really couldn't run through the slick how I wanted. But early in that race, I felt like I had a really good car. I was really running the bottom good. Just had a little bit of unfortunate events, and you don't win every night. So third place is always good.
Car looked pretty fast from the drop of the green flag here in the heat races tonight. What made your car so fast or dominant here for most of the night?
I just think it's the driver having a little bit more confidence. Just think confidence is key when racing. Just if you have more confidence, I think you are able to drive the car a little bit harder and not have to worry about hitting your marks. You just do it. And you don't have to think about it.
All right, man. Finishing the first week up, second place on the podium. Is there anyone you want to thank before we let you go?
Yep, like thank you guys for broadcasting. Tom at School of Sim Racing. If you guys ever need a one-on-one coaching session for 410, I'm always there. Just contact me. And then Flow Racing, Anderson Speedway, Motorsports Beach, S Logistics, Paints by Toucan, Hergot Real Estate, BS Air, Overall Photographs, Kent Fence Pro, Roofco, and Fairway and Independent Mortgage Corporation.
All right, that is your second place finisher here tonight, Tyler Shell. And that will now bring in our race winner, Brett Wheeler. Do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, Brett. finishing it up on the top step of the podium tonight. We talked about it. Tyler Shell and a couple others had a little bit of contact, and all of a sudden you find yourself up front. What did you see from your seat, and what all of a sudden you're in the lead? What did you think?
Yeah, those first sort of 10 to 15 laps was pretty dicey. And then when sort of Hayden come up near the front with Kendall and Tyler, Mace was in front of me at that stage. I was sitting in fifth, so it was just sort of watching those guys, watching what they were doing, and just trying to focus on my own race. And kind of got lucky, with Kendall and Hayden and Tyler all coming together. While I was in fourth, and then sort of snuck up into the lead, and just sort of trying to run my own race. And we ended up doing that, and it was. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous those last 8 laps.
You had a few restarts that added in probably to that nervousness. Did you have a certain strategy that you implemented, or was it just trying to time it up the right way?
I was more so just trying to remain calm, not trying to overdrive the car. Try and get what was very little grip left on the racetrack on those restarts, and I figured, with the line that I was running for probably 3/4 of that race, if I could just do that again, going back to the pro qualify series, even the pro race, I sort of figured, what line to run. This setup was, pretty dialed in, pretty much from the get go tonight. So it was just again just trying to remain calm and just hitting, focusing on lap after lap. And those last couple of laps were pretty nerves, but I seen I had nearly 8/10 of a second lead, so I could sort of take it just a little bit easier and end up pulling out I think it was about a 1.1 second win.
First night here in this series, what were your overall thoughts on the series here in week number 1?
No, I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. There's a lot of good guys. I think it was, there was about 11 or 12 World Championship drivers here, so you're always going to have the best of the best, and to come out on top on such a stout field, it's confidence does a wonderful thing, and I sort of gained a bit of confidence last night, and it sort of carried over to tonight. So look, overall thoroughly enjoyed the series, and hopefully we can be back next week.
All right, we'll hope to see you back here next week as well. Is there anyone you want to thank before we let you go tonight?
Yeah, so obviously, the National Auto Racing Club for putting on this series, yourself and everybody at the Dirt Racing Network for putting on the broadcast. The guys at Black Diamond Motorsports, Origin Graphics, Ultimate Dirt 3, Steve Cassidy does a hell of a lot for my program. In the Pro Championship world, the World Championships as well. So big shout out to him. He really had this car dialed in, although he wasn't with me tonight. With the guys at Black Diamond. Again, those guys they're a big help, and I'm glad just to come out and run and do what we can. And of course, Bobby and Jennifer Honts, Mimi's making some motions as well. So without them, we wouldn't be able to do this sort of stuff.
All right, that is your race winner here tonight, Brett Wheeler. And we will wrap it up here once again from Volusia. Got to thank Brett, Tyler, and Rusty, who's having a couple technical issues there. I don't think I could pull the guys up from the booth, from the waiting room up to the broadcast booth, so they helped me out there. I think Brett might have relayed the message that I was having some technical issues, but thank you guys for doing that. Congrats on the podium. Congrats to everyone on a good night of racing. Thanks for everyone checking in. Gene, thanks for the compliment. Landon, I kind of agree. Tyler rushed through his sponsors there, if that's what you're talking about. I didn't catch all of those either. Wade, thanks for the compliment about the broadcast. That's going to wrap it up here tonight for the Dirt Racing Network. Come back tomorrow night. We're going to have a 3-race feature starting at 8 Eastern with our Wednesday night Up Mods DSRL Up Mod Big Block Series. Then we'll be following up with another School of Sim Racing National Auto Racing Club Series. Roger will have that one, and I will have the Dirt Kings. Both of those will go off at 9:30 Eastern. The School of Sim Racing National Auto Racing Club Series will be on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, and the Dirt Kings will be on Facebook only. So come back. You're going to have 3 great sets of racing tomorrow night. And then, of course, on Thursday night, we're going to have our DSRL 410 Winged Sprint Car Series. And then we start it all back over on Sunday with our 5 shows. Almost through the week. The finish line is now in sight. Going to have 2 more left to go. 2 more days left to go. Thanks for watching, everybody, tonight. It's been a long night, but it was a great night, and I'm excited to do this series. we'll wrap it up here. Thanks for watching. Come back tomorrow night for all of our sponsors here at the Dirt Racing Network. Roger Wagner, I'm Dom Santina. Thanks for watching. Have a good night and see